Hello and welcome to Palm Springs, California for some more PSCL baseball here at Palm Springs Stadium as the Rush are here as the away team. They'll be taking on the undefeated A's. And on the board or on the mound for the A's is Brandon Makoa Death as he fires his final warm-up pitch. As we're just getting set to get started here for our second game of the day here at Palm Springs Stadium. Here's what the lineup looks like for the Rush. Leading off is in center field is Brody Minnick, followed by the left fielder Jaden Scott, shortstop Levy Marujo, the DH Billy Sakumis, the extra hitter Derek Ball, second baseman Aiden Litzenberger, the first baseman Jose Diaz, the third baseman Kyler Bachman, the catcher Neil Navarro, and the right fielder Cade Litzenberger. That rounds up the 10 hitters in the lineup for the Rush. And first pitch swinging is Brody Minnick. He flies it into left field. Tracking and making the play is Derek Thompson Jr. for out number one.
First pitch aggressive, 85 miles per hour, upstairs fastball. Makoa Death in warm-ups, we were watching that TrackMan go. He was hitting the mid-80s, upper 80s. It's right there inside the strike zone. A couple curveballs, off-speed pitch. This is a pretty good A's pitching staff here. And there's a reason why they're still, undefeated with the amount of wins that they've had this season.
So here's Jaden Scott. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it back for strike one.
86 miles an hour inside.
Yeah, Makoa Death has been throwing hard. This isn't his first outing for the A's, as that one misses for a ball.
85 miles an hour. Tried to get the inside corner for a dotted strike.
That one catches the zone for strike two. As Death pitched 2 innings in a 5-5 ball game through 7 earlier in the week. That one's hit out to Thompson Jr. again. This time he's moving to his left, and he's able to track that ball and make another out. This one much more difficult. Still results in an out. 2 F7s to start off this ball game.
That was 88 miles an hour off the bat of Jaden Scott as he sent it to left field, and good track ability there by Derek Thompson Jr. to trail to his left. Kept going back and got it near his hip side on the pockets of his pants and able to make a good catch. Twice in a row he's had some good plays out there in left field.
Yeah, he made a stellar play yesterday against the Coyotes, 2 days ago. As that one's in there, it was down in the left field corner, and he ran up against the wall near the 350 sign and hung on to make the grab. That one's hard hit to second, takes a funny hop. Hill is able to get there, fires a throw to first, but it's late as Marujo was running quickly down there at first. He's standing there with a 2-out infield single.
That was literally a tough play by the second base, Hill. That took a bad hop in the infield, too. It gave him enough time for Levy Marujo to get there at first base just in time before the throw could be made. And a good turnaround, though, by Hill, but just not in time.
So here's Billy Sakumis, the designated hitter for the Rush. He swings at the first pitch, hits it to right field, and it's over the head of Fontenot. Rounding first, heading to second is Sakumis. Rounding third, trying to score is Marujo, and he's in there, and the Rush have a 1-0 lead in this ball game.
86 miles per hour exit velo off the bat. Got a good enough line drive to get over the head of right fielder Fontenot out in right field. And already on the board, the Rush here against a pretty good A's team. Knocked through the first runs of the game.
Yeah, the A's went down early against the Coyotes after 2 innings. That ball off the bat of Sakumis was roped to the right fielder Fontenot, who had to trail back to corral that baseball. So it's 1-0 for the Rush after back-to-back 2-out base hits, a single from Levy Marujo and a RBI double from Billy Sakumis. So it's a 2-0 count to Derek Ball, hitting 5th in the lineup for the Rush. He's the extra hitter. If you're new to PSCL, there are 10 hitters in the lineup for each team. As that one's flied out into right field, moving back on it once more is Fontenot. This time he comes up with the grab for the 3rd out. But that comes after the Rush bring home the first run of the ball game on 2 hits with 2 outs. They lead 1-0 heading to the bottom half of the first.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom one here at Palm Springs Stadium. A's trail the Rush after the top half. Their lineup looks like this. Derek Thompson Jr. in left, followed by Brady McClin in center. Braden Braga at first. And then in the cleanup spot, it's the catcher Logan LaBelle, followed by the right fielder Jeffrey Fontenot, the designated hitter Dylan Kakuta, the shortstop Ethan Beltran, the third baseman Gilbert Cosio, the extra hitter R.L. Chandler, and batting 10th for the A's today is the second baseman Cade Hill. But we're going to start at the top with the left fielder, Derek Thompson Jr., who's already made a couple of plays out there in left field. And he swings at the first pitch, chops it over to second. Fielded cleanly by Litzenberger, and he tosses it to first for a quick and easy first out of the bottom half of the first.
A little grounder there. Just got on top of a pitch that was on the outside edge of the strike zone at 71 miles an hour. It was like a cutter fastball somewhat. No, that's an off-speed pitcher, but he grounds it anyways. And a lot of speed in Derek Thompson Jr., but unable to break the play up there between Litzenberger and Diaz.
So that'll bring up Braden McClin, who watches ball one on the outer half. That was a good spot for that 87-mile-per-hour pitch, just missing on the outer half.
And tried a slider on the first pitch.
That one misses low, so it's now 2-0 to Braden McClin, the A's center fielder. He's got a home run on the year so far. He hit that on opening day over on the turf field. As there's ball three. It's now 3-0 to the A's two-hole hitter.
He's going a couple of sliders here. Try to fastball back inside. High 80s. He's got to bring this back into his own count.
Out one catches the outer half for strike one. McClin still in a hitter's count, 3-1 with one out here in the bottom half of the first. The A's trail the Rush 1-0.
Last pitch was actually off the plate at 87 miles an hour.
Spins one in there for strike two. That one had some good late break as the count runs full.
100% a curveball, 74 miles an hour that got the strike zone and caught Braden McClin watching that go by like a museum exhibition.
Payoff pitch. McClin lines it into right field for a base hit. So he's standing on first base after working a nice at-bat, saw a lot of pitches, and sends the payoff pitch into right field for a one-out hit.
Yeah, good pitch there at 85 miles an hour, just on the lower part of the strike zone, but better job by Braden Braga to go after it, and a little bit of a late swing sends it to the opposite field, and he's on board with a hit here.
So here's the first baseman, Braden Braga, as Matthew Board, the pitcher for the Rush, checks on the runner at first unsuccessfully. McClain getting his jersey a little bit dirty here in the bottom of the first. As Board comes set, kicks and fires. Ball one low and away to the righty first baseman.
Still trying to go with that slider at that mid-80s range there. Both of these pitchers today hitting that 80s mark.
Here is the 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss from Braga. He was out in front of that offering from Board.
High fastball upstairs, 85 miles an hour. Another good pitch selection there. Try to change the eye level in this next one.
Braga hitting .375 this summer with a .615 on-base percentage. And tried to hold back. Looks like he did. Second base umpire says he did not go around, so it's a 2-1 count. Now Braga has worked a walk in every game that he's played in. He's also got 3 hits on the year, 2 RBIs. He scored 4 runs for his team. Also has swiped a couple of bags, but he watches strike 2 called on the outer half. Counts now 2-2.
Got him on the lower outside corner strike zone. Good pitch there. A slider, 85 miles an hour.
Nasty breaking ball. Gets the sword out of Braga for the second out. That ball had some late break. It was thrown right over the heart of the plate, but that eye level after throwing a fastball high just dropped in there, and there was nothing that Braga could have done about it.
No, he could not. 74 miles an hour, change up the timing there, and able to get him to swing really badly on that pitch.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Logan LaBelle, the catcher. With a runner on first and 2 away, watches strike 1, another breaking ball over the plate.
That was right there upstairs at 74 miles an hour. Tried a similar pitch like he did to take down Braden Braga, a young man from New Mexico Highlands, showing off why he's at that school.
Klein dancing around at first over there. This time it's a fastball that misses up and away, 85 miles per hour for ball 1.
Just missed it by half of a baseball's length away from the zone there.
Board delivered the 1-1. It's swung on by Braga, flared out to right field. Litzenberger's tracking, but he runs out of room as that baseball is towards the batting cages out there down the right field line. 1-2 count. A lot of ground to cover over in that right field corner. We've seen a lot of fly balls hit down in that area, especially from right-handed hitters that just keep tailing away and away from whoever's out there in right field. Here's the 1-2, up and in for ball 2. As LaBelle is working a nice AB with 2 outs here. His teammate Brady McClin at first base after a 1-out single. But the A's still trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. 2-2 swing and a miss from LaBelle. He goes down swinging, and the A's leave a runner on first. So through 1 here at Palm Springs Stadium, it's Rush 1, A's 0. We'll be back in a second here on the PSCL YouTube channel.
Somewhere down there is you. And just like us, you're an amazing Palm Springs vacation home. I bet we have a lot in common. Elevated, yet down to earth. A place to soak it up, sip it down, and make a splash. A place where staying in is even better than going out. Not just a place for visiting, a place for living in the moment. That moment when vacation dreams become reality. You're one of Palm Springs' best kept secrets. Let's show you off. Because you're so much more than just a home. You're a destination. You're an adventure. You're an idyllic escape. You're a happy place.
Replaced or repaired? Door Company. We do service, new installs, more. For over 100, Door has been best in resident commercial doors. Whether you need a store for your home, a more entered door for your business, rated door assist application, remember the red ribbon logo. You are not getting the genuine, the original overhead door products and service you need. Look for the red ribbon for products that are reliable and safe. Our service technicians are trained, knowledgeable, and background checked. Our continued success is due to our exceptional employees. Call 760-772-3667. Overhead Door Company. We sell the best and service the rest.
Look out to the leader.
Top two here at Palm Springs Stadium. The Rush lead 1-0 over the A's, who are undefeated on the season so far. We're only 1 week into the PSCL. But Brandon McCoa-Death out there for his second inning of work, getting the start on the bump for the A's. He fires a breaking ball in there for strike one against the second baseman, Aiden Litzenberger.
Good pitch there, 70 miles per hour. That's a little bit of a curveball with a 12-inch break down and low.
That one's flared out into left field as Thompson Jr. watches it drop in front of him for a leadoff single from Litzenberger.
Good piece of hitting there to send it on a little rainbow shot to left field.
Yeah, it wasn't hit entirely hard, but it didn't need to be, because if it was hit any harder, it would have gone right to Derek Thompson Jr. out there in left field.
And he's already made 2 plays today.
First pitch swinging is Jose Diaz, the Rush first baseman. We've seen a lot of aggressive approaches from Rush hitters today. At least 4 batters swinging at the first offering from McCoa-Death. Diaz down 0-1. Breaking ball left outside for a ball.
McCoa-Death still has yet to give up a run. He has let some runs go through, but none of them have been earned as yet so far in his young PSCL career.
Runners going. That one's lined into right field. Fontenot makes the catch in right. He's going to fire to first, but getting back safely is Litzenberger. Heads up base running there to see that it was a hard hit line drive in play to the outfield. Able to locate the ball and scramble back to first to avoid a double play.
Inside pitch, got the hands around and actually got a pretty good exit velocity of 79 off the bat with the top corner pitch inside and sent it flying to the opposite field, but laid it up too high for Fontenot.
That one is inside to Kyler Bachman, the third baseman for the Rush. He's got 1 out and a runner on first here in the top of the second. His team lead over the A's 1-0. The 1-0 delivery is high and in for ball 2. Litzenberger with a leadoff single to start out this second inning. He's the one over there on first. That one's flied out to center field. Under it is McClin, who makes the catch for out number 2. So a couple of flyouts in the bottom half of this lineup for the Rush after Litzenberger's leadoff single. And that'll bring up the catcher, Neil Navarro.
That one was 83 miles off the bat, but that exit angle of 37 degrees, a little laid up too high. Any lower than that, that could have been a good line driver to get over the head of McLean out there in center field.
That one's in there for strike 1 to the lefty Navarro as McCoa-Death gets ahead Sizable lead over there at first for Litzenberger, and pitcher's going to check on him, but he's in there safely. The righty gets set, kicks and fires. That one misses away for a ball. If you're just joining us for this game, you missed an entertaining matchup between the Bombers and the Coyotes before this ball game. The Coyotes took that one 3-2 in a well-pitched ball game. That breaking ball is in there for strike 2, in on the knees of Navarro.
A good little curveball, 71 miles an hour changeup in some ways, and got the lower inside corner strike zone.
Able to dot it right in, down, and on the knees. Pauses and fires the 1-2, leaves it high. 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the second inning.
That was a pretty fun game earlier with the Coyotes and the Bombers. The Coyotes knocked in 3 extra base hits to take the lead early.
Runner goes. Fire from the bell down to second. Gets through the middle infield. Thinking about scrambling to third, but holding at second is Litzenberger. So he's in there with the stolen base. Now in scoring position with 2 outs. And Navarro has a full count.
Yeah, it actually looked like a pretty good throw there by LaBelle, but just got away from both Beltran and Hill.
The payoff pitch is fouled off towards the library off the bat of Navarro. So he stays alive. He'll force another payoff pitch from Makoa Death.
Try to go for the outside pitch down and low on the outside corner. All he could do there because that was going to get painted and called.
Breaking ball. Gets the half swing, and he did not go around. So that'll be ball 4. Runners on first and second now for the 10-hole hitter for the Rush, Cade Litzenberger, who's playing in right field today.
Yeah, both the Litzenbergers brothers are out in the outfield for the Rush today. Caden in right field and Aiden in short second base position.
Both of them are on base here. Aiden on second, Cade at the plate. Ball 1 into Cade with a good opportunity to put some runs on the board for the Rush. They lead 1-0. Both runners go. Throw down to third is too late. So Litzenberger scoots down to third for his second stolen base of the inning. Navarro is down there at second. So 3 stolen bases in this inning. And now they're going to switch out Navarro with a pinch runner. That's Easton Kretzer to come in and run at second, but that comes after a stolen base from the catcher. Here's the 2-0. Big hack from Cade Litzenberger. Comes up empty. Counts now 2-1. His team leads 1-0, but they're trying to add a couple more runs. He's got 2 in scoring position here. Makoa Death out of the windup. Spins a breaking ball, but it's left inside. Counts now 3-1.
Yeah, what a way this would be to knock in your own brother for an RBI.
The 3-1 is hit high out into left center field. Thompson Jr. looks like he's under it, and he is for the third out. So a couple of base runners get into scoring position, but they get stranded there as we head into the bottom of the second. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the PSCL broadcast here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Bottom two here at Palm Springs Stadium. The Rush still lead 1-0. They had a couple of guys in scoring position that got stranded there, so they still hang on to a 1-run lead. It's Jeffrey Fontenot, the right fielder, to get us started in the bottom of the second for the A's. Matthew Board throws a breaking ball, and first pitch swinging is Fontenot, and he shoots a base hit into right field.
Good piece of hitting. Not a massive exit velocity, 69 miles per hour off the bat. Just able to keep it down with the exit angle at 23 degrees and just a little floater out to right field for the leadoff single.
Yeah, breaking ball over the plate, hung up just a little bit too much, and that's why Fontenot offered at that first pitch. He's on first with a leadoff single, and the designated hitter, Dylan Kakuta, is at the plate. Board checks on the runner over at first. He's in there safely. So Kakuta has a guy on first. His team trails by 1, and they have nobody out here. Let's see what the A's can do here.
Kakuta has already a double this year. That's just his only hit this year, with 3 strikeouts and 1 hit by pitch.
Watches ball too low, so he's ahead and has a hitter's count.
Missed it low with a fastball at 84 miles an hour below the strike zone.
Fontenot with a decent lead over there at first. Long pause on the mound. Fontenot's going, and the throw never made it there from Navarro. So that's an easy stolen base for Jeffrey Fontenot. So he is now in scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah, and Navarro didn't really have a shot at making that play there because the ball, as soon as he tried to make the transfer, pulled out and he dropped it.
Double check on the runner. Kicks and fires the 3-0. And Kakuta had the green light on the 3-0, and he chops it foul towards Beltran in the on-deck circle.
It's kind of a pretty big game here today for the Rush since, they've had some of their struggles this season. They're trying to beat a team. They're the kind of the underdog today against this A's team that is loaded on the pitching side.
Here's the 3-1. That one's ball 4 as he trots on down to first. So the first 2 base runners are on here in the second inning for the A's as they trail by 1.
The pitch missed way outside at 82 miles an hour. I think he was trying a slider there in that break with, well, actually not a whole lot of breaks. So it was really a fastball on that outside edge. Just missed it.
That one, looked like it might have caught the outer half, but it's just outside by perhaps less than a baseball for ball 1.
Tried the same exact pitch, and he missed it outside again.
That one's hit high into center field. Minnick is under it for the out. It's the first of the inning, and quick throw into third keeps Fontenot over there at second base. So a big out for Matthew Board and the Rush here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Gilbert Cosio, the third baseman for the A's.
He went the fastball again, back-to-back, upstairs right side corner of the strike zone. 80 exit velocity off the bat, and just a little bit under the swing at 52 degrees, and left it laying up in the air.
2 runners on for the 8-hole hitter, Cosio, who's playing third base today. He watches strike 1.
Like the changeup usage here instead of going for a first pitch fastball.
A lot of pitchers today use the off-speed or breaking ball to get ahead of hitters. Board fires the 0-1. That one's away. Runner goes to third, and he doesn't even slide. He is thrown out at third. Quite a base-running blunder there for Fontenot. Getting a word from his coach over there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why he was going after that because that ball was didn't even get away from Navarro at all there. And he wanted to go get that bag, but he was way behind
So now there's 2 outs, 1-1 count. Make it 2-1 after that ball from Matthew Board high and in to Cosio. Kakuda's still at first base, but as I said, they're now 2 away in the second. Here's the 2-1 delivery. That one's lined out into center field. Moving back is Minnick, and he's unable to make the grab. That one gets down. Rounding third and coming in to score is Kakuda as Cosio ties the game with a 2-out double.
Well hit ball. I initially thought it got caught out there in center field by Minnick, but looks like it took a bouncer right before he could try to make the over-the-shoulder catch. Good piece of hitting there by Cosio.
Yeah, that ball was roped out there to dead center field. Cosio was playing pretty normal depth. It's not like he was too shallow and that ball sailed over his head. It was just traveling and traveling further away from the rush center fielder. So the A's tie the ball game up here in the bottom of the second. 1 run and 3 hits apiece for the Rush and the A's as R.L. Chandler steps into the plate. Watches a ball. He's the extra hitter in the A's lineup today. Board checking on the runner at second. Fires a strike. Big swing and a miss from Chandler.
Yeah, if Fontenot didn't get caught stealing there, this would have been a 2-1 ball game.
That one catches the outer half of the zone. 85 in the upper corner as Board is ahead 1-2.
Good paint there by the pitcher.
That one's up and in, misses for ball 2.
And that time he just missed it upstairs with a fastball at 85. Board trying to keep the damage limited here.
Maybe trying to change the eye level of Chandler. Here's the 2-2 from Board. Almost got him to offer on the breaking ball low and away, but the count runs full here with 2 outs in the second and a 1-1 ball game. Cosio is in scoring position at second base after hitting that RBI double to tie the game. The payoff pitch. Outside for ball 4. Chandler trots on down to first with a base on balls. That's the second of the inning. And we've reached the 10 spot in the A's lineup. It's the second baseman, Cade Hill.
This is where the A's can try to open this game up here a little bit. And Cade Hill still looking for his first hit of the season, actually.
Watches ball 1. He's got a couple of guys on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. As Matthew Board's trying to work himself out of this inning. Fires a pitch that gets by Navarro behind the dish. Both runners advance 90 feet, so now they're both in scoring position with 2 outs. And Cade Hill has a 2-0 count to work with.
It was just laid down in the dirt there, the big giant slider. And no chance for Navarro to really get a good stop on there because that ball was way down and low in the or the lefties hitter's box, I should say. Got away and everyone else moves over into scoring position.
Board's out of the windup now as a big swing and a miss from Hill. Board gets the count to 2-1. Still a hitter's count for Cade Hill with a couple of guys in scoring position. Takes a big hack at that fastball up and in and comes up empty. It counts now 2-2.
Caught stealing in a flyout.
So 2-2 pitch coming up here from Matthew Board. Out of the windup. And he gets Hill to go chasing. So the A's are able to tie the ball game up courtesy of an RBI double from Gilbert Cosio. But through 2 innings, these teams are not separated just yet. But we'll be right back. You're listening to the PSCL YouTube channel. We'll be back for the third.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyric. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
Top of the third here at Palm Springs Stadium, 1-1 ball game between the Rush and the A's, as the Rush have the top of the lineup. Brody Minnick, Jaden Scott, and Leby Marujo due up in this inning, as Brandon McCoy-Death out there for his third inning of work. Both teams with 1 run and 3 hits, as it's been a good one so far here at Palm Springs Stadium. Game 2 of the day at this field. We saw a good game between the Bombers and the Coyotes. That game ended 3-2 in a well-pitched ball game. That's what we've had here in this one between the A's and the Rush. That one's chopped over to first off the bat of Minnick and tossed to the first, or the pitcher covering the bag. 3-1 putout for the first out of the third.
Roller there, fast or off-speed pitch, 76 miles an hour. Got over the top of it, sent it down the first base side to get the out there with Braga over to his pitcher, Death. We're good put out there.
Good job from Death to get over and cover the bag, realizing that Braga had a lot of ground to cover after fielding that ground ball. So here's Jaden Scott, who also flew out to left field for the second out of the first. Nice hack there. He flies it out to left center field. And once again, it's Derek Thompson Jr. who's on the other end of it. So 2 flyouts to left field for Jaden Scott for the second out.
It's the 4th time he's had to make an out there in left field. A lot of good coverage there out in that left side by Derek Thompson Jr., who, should I remind everybody, has a lot of speed at that frame.
We've had a lot of flyouts in this ball game. In fact, 7 of the 8 outs have been fly balls. That one ground ball to the third baseman to start off this inning was the only non-fly ball out. That one is pieced into center field off the bat of Marujo. Under it is McClin. So that's a quick inning for the A's pitching staff as the Rush go down 1-2-3, and we head into the bottom half of the third here on the PSCL YouTube channel.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection, and an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City, facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Bottom three here at Palm Springs Stadium, still a tie ball game between the Rush and the A's, as they have one run apiece, cannot be separated through 2.5 innings, as the Rush just had their top of the lineup go 1-2-3. It's now the A's turn to get things started in the third with their 1-2-3 hitters. It's Derek Thompson Jr. who offers at the first pitch with a big hack and misses for strike one.
Derek Thompson Jr., how about a single, double, triple, and a home run already this year with 5 RBIs? This guy has been showing out. Like we talked about in the fielding side, he's already had 4 putouts in that left field position, and one of those being a pretty tough play with a pocket hip catch. This is a pretty good athlete here from College of the Desert as well, I should add.
Yeah, local product out here getting some reps. Takes another big hack and comes up empty once again. So he's down 0-2, but he's had an impressive start to the summer, hitting .333 with a slugging percentage over 800. As you said, he's got 3 extra base hits, a double, triple, and home run. Here's the 0-2 from Board as Thompson Jr. is able to foul it off and stay alive.
It probably helps, though, with the fact that they've also played the turf field, because I think that home run was at the turf field, right?
It was. I was there for that game scoring it. We don't have any broadcasters over there, but Thompson Jr. was able to poke that one over the right field wall on that turf field to give the A's a 1-0 lead in that game. He's got sneaky pop. He goes down swinging here on a good off-speed pitch from Matthew Board for the first out. Good change of speed from Board after a couple of fastballs were fired in there to Thompson Jr. that he was late on. Throws an off-speed to get him out in front for the first out.
Good pitch. That was in the dirt, like a curveball. Not a whole lot of vertical break, but more horizontal break somehow that went down and more like a splitter, I think, at 80 miles an hour, and just got Derek Thompson Jr. to miss and whiff on that pitch.
So here's Braden McClin, who had a single in the first. He was stranded out there after Braga and LaBelle behind him went down on K's. But he watches ball 1. 1-0 is swung on and chopped to third. Bachman comes up with it, and Diaz unable to come up with the scoop. It was a low throw from the third baseman, as that one's going to be ruled an E5 from number 5 in blue.
Yeah, tough play there for Bachman at the third base position. Just kind of spiked it in the ground a little bit. And good attempt by Diaz to try to scoop that ball up, but unable to glove it because that ball was just going to take a bad hop at least 2 inches in front of him as well. That's a tough pick for a first baseman like that.
Yeah, Diaz was stretched out, just unable to catch the hop. As that ball unable to be squeezed by Navarro, that's going to be a pass ball. And McClin is able to trot down to second and advance 90 feet.
Upstairs at 83 miles an hour, but it was way off the zone by like maybe 2, maybe even 7 subway footlongs.
It's Braden Braga at the plate with 1 out and a runner in scoring position in a tie ball game here in the bottom of the third. He offers at that one and hits it high into left field. That ball is carrying, running back, and at the warning track making the grab is Scott. No, it's down. It's down. That one's off the wall, and coming around to score is McClin. That's a 1-out RBI double for Braden Braga to give the A's a 2-1 lead.
Wow, that was really well hit. 93 miles an hour off the bat. That was right down the middle at 83 miles an hour. I thought that ball was going to go out for a second, but it took a one hopper over Scott's head as he was on the warning track.
And from my angle, it was hard to tell if the ball ended up in the glove of the left fielder, Jaden Scott, but it bounces in between him and the wall out there near the 350 sign. And it's another RBI double for the A's. They now lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. That one's in there for a strike to Logan LaBelle, who struck out in the first. But now it's his turn with one out and a guy in scoring position to put the ball in play. Big hack on that offering from Matthew Board. And the Rush pitcher is ahead 0-2 of the A's backstop.
Braden Braga had a lot of pop on that swing. He's already had a single and a double this year. That could have been it's already his second double this year.
Good breaking ball, low and away. Doesn't get LaBelle to offer, as that's ball one. That was a good pitch and an 0-2 count. An even better take from the A's catcher. Board checks on the runner at second, fires the 1-2. That one's flared out into center field. Minnick, tracking back a few steps, comes up with the grab for the second out.
86 miles an hour off the bat. Went with a high fastball, but was under that swing. It was trailing a little bit, especially with the pressure here, a little bit less with the weather and everything. When that ball gets a little bit more carry, but stayed under for the 5-8.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of balls travel way farther than we've been expecting here, as the ball just keeps carrying and carrying, whether it's hit down the line into the gap or right at an outfielder, as we've had a lot of hard hit balls today. That one's ball one to Jeffrey Fontenot, who singled, stole a base, and got thrown out trying to steal third. Watches ball two. It's now 2-0 to the A's right fielder. 2-1 ball game after Braden Braga, 2 plate appearances ago, hit an RBI double. He's standing on second base, getting a large secondary lead, as that one misses for ball three.
Kind of losing his command here with some of those pitches right now. He went with a couple of sliders, and this time a changeup, but he just missed it outside and way up and high over the zone.
So Board comes set, checks on the runner at second, and fires strike one in there. Fontenot was ready to trot down to first with a 4-pitch walk, but he's got to go back into that batter's box for a 3-1 count.
It was a pretty close pitch, but it's off the strike zone actually by 2 baseball lengths.
The 3-1, that one's in there as well. Pretty similar spot as Board works himself back into the count. 3-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. A's lead 2-1 over the Rush.
I got the lower outside corner of the strike zone. Good paint.
Payoff pitch. Up and ball 4 as Fontenot is on base for the second time today, this time with a 2-out walk.
Good pitch selections. Just missed it upstairs a little bit there. 2 runners here.
So that will bring up Dylan Kakuta, the DH for the A's, batting 6th today. He's got a runner on first and second with 2 outs. Big hack. And comes up with nothing. He's down 0-1. He walked and scored last inning, and he was the tying run at the time. Now it's a 2-1 game. Watches ball 1, counts now even. There's a good off speed on the outer half, but a good eye from Kakuta to lay off.
He's missing that paint a little bit right now. He's really just going on the outer edges of the perimeter of the strike zone. He's not getting all of it as much as he wants.
The 1-1 gets a half swing. Ball is loose. Throw down to third. And runner advances to second as the ball is bouncing around the infield. A's cannot play catch here, or excuse me, the Rush, as a few stolen bases on that play. A run's going to come home to score, and it's now a 3-1 game. Advancing to third on the throwing error is Fontenot.
That was such a weird, wacky series of events that just happened. They all just go for the steal because the ball was getting away from the catcher in Navarro, and then he throws it over and unable to make the play. And then they decide that Bachman tried to make a play at second base, and the ball got in the dirt and spiked in the ground to Litzenberger, and it got away too, and everyone else advanced. So now the A's are up 3-1. What a weird play that was.
Another run comes across the board. That's ball too high to Dylan Kakuta. So he's got a 2-2 count with 2 outs here. Fontenot's at third. Here's the pitch from Board. A good breaking ball away from the right-handed hitter, but no chase, and the count will run full.
Second error made by the third baseman today, unfortunately, on 2 interesting throws.
And that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks from the Rush pitching. Runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. A's lead by 2 now, and we're going to have a meeting on the mound with the battery and the infield of the Rush.
This has turned into a kind of a lopsided inning so far with a couple of tough throws for the third baseman, and he kind of got stuck in there, especially when a runner is running towards second like that, and you may have a chance on it. Just take your time and try to make a good throw, because especially when you throw to that second base side, any small mistake can just get amplified like that. We saw that there from the throw by Bachman to the second base, trying to get another runner that was stealing at the same time as Fontenot, and unfortunately it's just a spike ball on the ground and allowed a run to get through. Another tough defense play here for the Rush.
Runners on the corners with 2 out. Runner at first goes, and they're trying to get a play going on here, and it works to perfection for the A's as the throw down to second is through the middle infield. Coming in to score is Fontenot. Another run comes across the board for the A's in this third inning, and it's now 4-1.
Good idea there. I like that ability to, you have runners at the corners, do a double steal, see if the catcher goes after it. He does. He throws it to second. Good chance for Fontenot to score, and he does. Another run here.
Very aggressive coaching from Jimmy Johnson and his A's. Saw that the Rush were having a little bit of trouble playing catch in the infield, so he decides to throw a runner out in the base paths to try to bring a run home, and it worked to perfection. That one is in there. So 1-2 to Ethan Beltran. Board checking on the runner at second. Fires the pitch, and that one's hit well out into left field. And that ball's over the wall for a home run off the bat of Ethan Beltran. Scott was tracking back, and we talked about it earlier. The ball is carrying today, and that one just kept going and going over that Desert Island sign out in left field, and it's now a 6-1 ball game for the A's.
91 miles per hour off the bat, 35-degree exit velocity. Absolutely smashed out the park in left field and over that left field wall, that 350 side. This is a good outing here for the A's bats right now.
This inning started out with a strikeout to the leadoff hitter, Derek Thompson Jr., so it was a good start for Matthew Board on the bump. Here in the third, it was followed by an E5, an RBI double, and then a fly out, and then a couple of walks, pass ball, and now a 2-run home run from Ethan Beltran, and the A's lead 6-1 as Gilbert Cosio comes to the plate for his second at-bat. That one misses. Cosio back in the second, hit an RBI double to tie the ball game up. As that one is hit into shallow center field, it's going to drop. And the inning will continue as Cosio is on first with a 2-out bloop single.
Another good hit there. 68 miles an hour off the bat. Just took a little floater to that right field side and got in there at no man's land between the the center fielder and the right fielder and second base. Nothing much you can do there.
And looks like another mound meeting is being had. Whether or not a new arm is coming in is left to be determined, but we are going to have a pinch runner for Cosio over at first. He's going to be replaced by Jackson Call with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. It was 1-1 coming into this inning, and the A's have put up a 5 spot on the rush, courtesy of an RBI double from Braden Braga. A run came in, 2 runs came in on pass balls and an error. And now it's going to be R.L. Chandler coming up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. As I said, the A's have already brought 5 home in this inning. Chandler walked in his last plate appearance. The righty delivers and gets ahead 0-1. 78 miles per hour, right on the outer edge of the strike zone. Call with the sizable lead over at first. Big hack from Chandler.
68 miles an hour. Slow changeup.
Way out in front was Chandler, as the change in velocity got him out in front. Delayed steal from Call, and he's in there easily at second base. So it's now 1-2 to Chandler. He's now got a guy in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That one is called strike 3. Chandler goes down looking, and that'll do it for the A's in the third. But they bring 5 across the plate to take a 5-run advantage over the Rush. And we'll be back here at Palm Springs Stadium for the 4th inning on the PSCL YouTube channel.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including 1 mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
We're through 3 here at Palm Springs Stadium. If you're just joining us, the A's took a 5-run advantage, courtesy of a 5-run third. The lead is now 6-1. Brandon McCoa-Death out there for his 4th inning of work. He's going to take on Billy Sakumis, who watches strike 1 on the outer half. Sakumis in the first hit an RBI double to get things going That's been the only run of the ball game for the Rush, as that one misses low and away for a ball.
Yeah, that home run earlier today from Ethan Beltran was projected 348 feet, but because of the the air and the heat, that ball traveled a lot more.
That's a strike in there as Makoa Death gets ahead of the cleanup hitter who's leading off for the Rush here in the fourth.
It was 91 miles per hour off the bat, too.
Hard hit ball out into left field. Carried further and further off the bat of Ethan Beltran, the shortstop for the A's today. As it looked like Scott, the left fielder, was going to be able to track it down, but he ran out of room. Here's the 1-2. Inside for a ball. It's now 3-2, actually. So a good at-bat from Billy Sakumis to start this fourth inning. Here's the payoff pitch from the righty. It's low and away for a ball as Sakumis trots on down to first for a leadoff walk. That'll bring up the extra hitter in the Rush lineup today, Derek Ball.
By the way, that was Beltran's first hit of the year. What a way to start your with a first hit home run.
Called strike on the outer half as Makoa Death gets ahead of Ball 0-1. Sakumis on first after that leadoff walk. That one's hit well into center field. Moving back is McClin. And that one's over his head. It bounces off the warning track and off of the Las Casuelas banner out there in dead center field. And Derek Ball has himself a double. He's on second base. Sakumis gets to third as the Rush have a couple of runners in scoring position to start the fourth inning.
And now that was the 90-mile-per-hour pitch or exit velo that went all the way to center field, trailed over a little bit to the left side of center field off the 70-mile-per-hour changeup that was actually going to dot up the lower outside corner strike zone and was able to get it.
So Makoa Death working out of the stretch, or excuse me, the windup now as he's got the two lead runners in scoring position. That one's fouled off to our right into the bleachers for strike one. Aiden Litzenberger, the second baseman, at the plate for the Rush. He hit a single and swiped a couple of bags back in the second. He's got a chance to drive in a couple of runners here with nobody out. No, when he wears one off the shoulder, he tosses the bat towards the dugout and trots down to first. So the bases are loaded for the Rush to begin this fourth inning.
Yeah, not the likely scenario you want here with bases loaded now for, now your team has jumped down in front 6-1. And, you got some insurance, but now you're in a bases loaded situation with no outs. This is a big moment here for Makoa Death to try to get out of.
Jose Diaz, the lefty at the plate. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Jose Diaz, College of the Desert product. He's got a couple of hits this summer already. He's driven in two. That one's flown out to center field. McClin is underneath this one, makes the grab. Runners on second and third are going to tag up, and even the runner on first, he's able to make it down to second. So it's a sacrifice fly for Jose Diaz. But the A's get the first out of the fourth inning, but their lead shrinks by one. It's now 6-2.
Flirted up there, 87 miles per hour off the bat on an 85-mile-per-hour fastball. Sent it up in the air to center field and able to drive in a run, and they get one back here and make Makoa Death pay a little bit here in this inning.
So still a couple of guys in scoring position. It's Ball on third, Litzenberger on second after advancing on that deep fly ball off the bat of Jose Diaz. 6-2 ball game here in the top of the fourth inning. One out, and the batter is Kyler Bachman. That's ball one away to the right-handed hitter. That one catches the edge of the strike zone for strike one. Count now even. Bachman out of Arkansas Tech University. That one's lined up the middle softly, and it's going to get through. One run is going to score. Moving over to third is Litzenberger, and the Rush have runners on the corners here with one out, and they only trail by 3 now. It's a 6-3 ball game.
Good piece of hitting. That was such a slow roller right up the middle at 65 miles an hour off the bat, but it gets the job done and scores another run, so they've cut the lead now in half here for the Rush.
So Bachman's at first, Litzenberger at third with one away here in the fourth. The Rush have already brought 2 runs across the plate. And now Neil Navarro steps into the left-handed batter's box and watches ball 1. Three runs on 5 hits and 2 errors for the Rush. 6 runs on 6 hits. No errors for the A's. There's strike one in at the knees. 83 miles an hour. 1-1 count with 1 out. Runners on the corners. The Rush catcher trying to put the ball in play. He does so here, but it's slicing foul down the third baseline. So after the A's put up 5 in the bottom of the third, the Rush respond with a couple of runs of their own to cut into what was a 5-run deficit, has now gone down to 3. Fastball up and away, misses. 2-2 count to the Rush catcher, who walked and stole second back in the second inning. Breaking ball didn't break into the zone as the count runs full. Bachman at first, Litzenberger at third. Pitcher wanting to check on Bachman over there. He slides in there safely. Gets the jersey a little bit dirty.
It's going to be a lot of laundry today. That's all I can say.
That one's hit high out into shallow center field. Second baseman Hill moving back. He's the one that comes up with the grab and fires that throw into home to prevent Litzenberger from tagging and scoring.
Good recognition there from both sides, actually, with Litzenberger there at third base. Aiden, he was ready to go with what should have been like a sacrifice fly, but good recognition from the second baseman in Hill to throw that one back in and disallow another run to score.
So that'll bring up Cade Litzenberger, who's at the plate with 2 outs and runners on the corners. His team trails by 3. He watches ball 1.
Cade's got his second chance to score his brother. He didn't do that in the second inning. He's got another chance here to try to score his own brother.
That one's in there for a strike. Counts even 1-1. And it's actually not Litzenberger over there. He took that hit by pitch and was pinch ran for at some point before he got down to third. So that's actually Easton Kretzer down at third base, representing the 4th run of the ball game for the Rush. Swing and a miss from Cade Litzenberger, the right fielder today. Counts now 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 6-3 ball game. The A's lead over the Rush. That one's rolled over down the third base line or a foul ball, so we'll do it again.
Kretzer is pinch run twice here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. He pinch ran for Neil Navarro back at the second.
So McCodeth gets set, and the right-hander delivers the 1-2 pitch, and it catches the outer half of the zone. Litzenberger goes down looking, and that's the 3rd out of the inning, but the A's are able to bring a couple of runs across the plate to cut into their deficit. It's now 6-3 A's over the Rush. We head into the bottom of the fourth on the PSCL YouTube channel.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bottom 4 here at Palm Springs Stadium. The A's still have an advantage, but instead of 6-1, it's now 6-3 after the Rush scored 2 in the top of the fourth. They've got a new pitcher on the mound, and it's going to be Aiden Litzenberger. He started at second base. He comes onto the bump to replace Matthew Board, who went 3 innings pitched. And now playing second is Derek Ball, who comes in off of the bench. He was the extra hitter in the lineup, so he slots into second base, and Litzenberger is on the mound and throws strike 1 to get ahead of Cade Hill, the A's second baseman.
Litzenberger's already made an appearance this year, faced 6 batters, but gave up 2 earned runs and no strikeouts, so just trying to short relief here in place.
1-1 count to start off this bottom of the fourth. If you're just joining us, it was a 1-1 ball game through 2, as that ball is high. 2-1 count to Cade Hill. After 2 innings, it was 1-1, and the A's had a 5-run third inning to take a 5-run lead before the Rush were able to bring a couple across the plate. A couple of extra base hits, as it's now a 6-3 ball game. 3-1 count to start off the bottom of the fourth to Cade Hill. And that one drilled him off of the right arm, and he is going to be at first base with a leadoff hit by pitch.
Yeah, he put that one way inside on the strike zone at 80 miles per hour. And if you're the Rush right now, especially when you get those runs back, at least 2 of them, right? After the A's go up 6, now your job is to try to hold them here and keep this game within reach.
That one's up and away to the A's leadoff hitter and left fielder, Derek Thompson Jr., who's 0 for 2 today. He's ahead 1-0 with Cade Hill at first base, and he takes off. He had a great jump, and he slides into second base with a swiped bag. He had a great jump, which is a big reason why he ends up at second with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1 count, sorry.
Cade Hill's first stolen base of the year.
Crucial job to get over there in scoring position, especially with nobody out and the leadoff hitter up. He shows bunt, pitches in the dirt and squirts away, and advancing to third on the wild pitch is Hill. So he's now 90 feet away from scoring. Derek Thompson Jr. showed bunt, but didn't need to put the bat on the ball as the pitch went behind him. So now he gets to swing the bat and try to bring home the run rather than bunting him over 90 feet.
This is where you want to disallow any more runs if you want to keep this game within striking distance.
The 2-1 delivery from Litzenberger, line to the second baseman, Ball, who just entered into the game defensively. Baseball gods know how to make sure the ball finds you in the field. That's the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, great way to get started here defensively in place of the pitcher now, Aiden Litzenberger. Ball just stuck his hand out there to his left side, able to stab that thing away and save an RBI single.
The ball certainly found Ball there as he comes up with the first out.
You were waiting to say that one, weren't you?
Here's Brady McClin, who watches strike one. He singled in the first and reached on an error in the third. He then came around to score on a Braden Braga double. So Cade Hill is on third with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. The A's lead 6-3 over the Rush. That one misses inside for a ball, 1-1 count.
I think he wanted a change-up pitch there because he threw that 68 miles an hour, was trying to dot up the inside corner of the strike zone. Fastball coast to coast here, watch.
That one spun at 65 on the outer half. Low and away, trying to get McClin to chase unsuccessfully.
Yeah, not a lot of break there, just kind of directed it outside at 65.
That one inside almost runs in and hits the A's center fielder. But he's got a hitter's count now. It's 3-1.
It's called a fastball coming right at you, 80 miles per hour. Good dance move from Brady McClin to scooch backwards.
Here's the 3-1 from the righty. And that's ball four high. So McClin is now on first after that one-out walk. The A's have runners on the corners here in the bottom of the fourth. And they have their first baseman and three-hole hitter up, Braden Braga, who had an RBI double and scored in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, and this is the more dangerous part of this lineup that, is putting Litzenberger in a much more difficult, precarious situation here.
Oh, back pick over to first, gets by Diaz, and coming in to score is Cade Hill, trying to go first to third, and does so successfully is McClin. So that's going to be a throwing error on the pitcher as an unsuccessful back pick at first, or pickoff attempt, I should say, results in the seventh run of the game for the A's.
Yeah, he threw that way wide to his man out there at first base, Diaz. Didn't really have a chance to try to scoop that thing and just gets away from him.
That one misses ball one. So that run directly comes in by result of the E1. There's ball two. Braga ahead 2-0 with a guy on third and one out. His team has a 4-run lead now. That one's over the plate for strike one.
That barely missed the strike zone, just about maybe 2 inches right on top of it, 80 miles per hour.
Braden Braga, larger frame in that righty batter's box, might have bought the pitcher a couple more inches atop of the strike zone as he fouls that one off the first base side as the count runs even 2-2. Braga settles in. Looking to do what he did last time with a extra base hit and an RBI. Doesn't need to get an extra base hit here, as there's one out, a fly ball or a ground ball. Could score the runner at third, but I'm sure he's up there trying to do more damage than that. Here's the payoff pitch from Litzenberger. Strike 3 called on the outer half. Braga goes down looking for out number 2.
Yeah, that was dotted up on the outside corner of the strike zone at 80 miles per hour. Good pitch selection from Braden Braga, or pitch selection from Litzenberger. Braga had no chance at all. He just wanted to watch it and see it, how pretty it looked.
Perfectly executed pitch to get the A's first baseman looking for strike 3. So now there's 2 away. And Logan LaBelle, the catcher, is at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Nice swing, but he's late on it and fouls it off down the first base side.
And if Litzenberger can get out of this inning, this is still kind of a win-win either way, because even if they score that run off of the error that he threw to the first base trying to pick off a man, this game is still within striking distance.
Fastball high and in for ball 2. Yeah, we saw them go down by 5 after that third inning, and they didn't just roll over and take the punches. They came out swinging, were able to cut into that 5-run deficit by bringing 2 runs in the top of the 4th. The A's get one back, though. 7-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th at Palm Springs Stadium.
Lumberjacks are up 11-2 over the Chill in the bottom of the 5th at the turf field right now.
That one's chopped over to first. There's going to be a race to the bag, and diving and winning the race is Diaz over there at first for the 3rd out. But the A's get one more on the board. It's now 7-3 through 4 as we head into the 5th on the PSCL YouTube channel.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Top 5 here at Palm Springs Stadium. A's lead 7-3 over the Rush. And it's going to be their leadoff hitter, Brody Minnick, to get us started. As Brandon McCoa-Death still out there for his 5th inning of work. That one misses inside for ball 1. Minnick flew out to left field and grounded out to first base in his first 2 plate appearances. That one's rolled over to first base, and stepping on the bag is Braga for out number 1.
Yeah, he rolled it over because that pitch was in the dirt at 76 miles an hour with the changeup there. I think he wanted to do a good Vladimir Guerrero impression there, but wasn't able to get it into the outfield.
So 1 out here in the 5th for the left fielder, Jaden Scott, who's flown out to his counterpart twice. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. Here he is in the 5th with 1 out. His team trails by 4, and he watches ball 1. Watches ball 2 on the outer half. 85 up and away from the right arm of McCoa-Death. That one is softly lined to second baseman, takes 1 hop. And Cade Hill fires a strike to the first baseman for the 2nd out.
Much cleaner inning than what McCoa-Death had earlier, giving up a walk and hit by pitch, a single and a double, sacrifice flies. A much cleaner inning, trying to keep the chill at bay here. We scored 2 in the last half inning.
Shortstop Levy Marujo up to bat for the Rush. He singled and scored in the 1st and then flew out to center in the 3rd. So he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the top of the 5th. Grounded to short. Cade Hill coming up on it, and it eats him up and gets into right field. That took a tough hop, but it is an error on the A's second baseman, and it keeps the inning alive.
Either way, that's still a tough play, though, for the second baseman Hill there to try to scoop that thing up. And once it gets into that dirt area of the infield, it's a lot harder with some of those bouncers. But good effort there by Hill to try to make a play and end the inning with 1-2-3.
That'll bring up Sakumis, the DH, who hit an RBI double in the 1st, walked and scored in the 4th, so he's had a productive day at the plate. He's got a guy on first with 2 away, trying to cut into this 4-run deficit. Holds back on that swing attempt. He did not go around. He's got a 2-0 count advantage here. Warming up in the bullpen for the A's is Michael Reyes. So this is probably the last inning for McCoa-Death. That one's flared down the first base side towards the trainer's tent. 2-1 is the count to the Rush DH. Pitcher comes set. Checks the runner at first as he started to get a secondary lead. Just steps off the mound and allows Marujo to scramble back to first.
And Lubby was ready to take off.
Here's the 2-1. Up and away for a ball. 3-1 count now. With Derek Ball on deck. Started the game as the extra hitter. Moved into second base. Here's the 3-1. That one's hit hard to short. Flip to second for the out. That'll do it for the Rush in the top of the 5th. They still trail by 4 as we head into the bottom half of the inning here on the PSCL YouTube channel.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size.
(7-3) ball game here at Palm Springs Stadium. The A's lead over the Rush, as it's going to be Fontenot, Kakuta, and Beltran to get things going in the bottom half of the 5th. Aiden Litzenberger on the mound in his second inning of work for the Rush, as Fontenot settles in to the right-handed batter's box. He watches ball 1.
Yeah, I would be careful if I'm Aiden Litzenberger on the mound here, because these were the 3 guys that were able to get some extra runs in, and that home run to cap it off from Beltran.
That one didn't miss by much. Looked like it was just below the knees of Jeffrey Fontenot for ball 2. Yeah, they were a big part of that 5-run third that was capped off from that 2-run home run from Ethan Beltran, who's in the hole. Fontenot and Kakuta, the 2 hitters ahead of him, were able to work a couple of walks. That one's punched out into right center field. Underneath it is oh, it's dropped.
Oh,
Litzenberger and Minnick couldn't pick it up off of each other. Nobody called it, and it drops into right center field as Fontenot's standing on first base.
I mean, either way, that looked like a routine play out there in right field, and both of the outfielders just kind of got mixed up with each other, Minnick and Litzenberger. Not sure if they both called it off each other or whatnot, but that was a weird.
So I believe that's going to be ruled an error on the right fielder, Litzenberger. He was the one nearest to that opportunity to come up with an out.
That was really.
So now it's Dylan Kakuta. Back pick, and getting in there safely is Fontenot. So he reaches on an E9. That's a strike. Counts now even 1-1 to the A's DH, who's walked and scored in both plate appearances. He also has a stolen base. Out one low and away. As Litzenberger on the mound, struggling to find command. That one's inside, and he gets a nice swing and a miss from Dylan Kakuta for the first out.
Good pitch selection. Inside pitch. Got him on the inside edge of the strike zone. Take him down for out number 1.
Ethan Beltran comes up to the plate. 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. That was back in the 3rd to cap off a 5-run inning for the A's. That's basically the difference in this game. It's a 7-3 lead for the A's over the Rush in the bottom of the 5th. That one is low. Oh, and I believe they're going to say it was a balk as Fontenot trots on down to second. So no pitch. And it'll be an 0-0 count after that balk. This time Fontenot's going on a ball in the dirt, and he's sliding headfirst safely at third. So he reaches on an error, gets to second on a balk, and then steals third. So he is 90 feet away from scoring with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. A's trying to build back their 5-run lead that they had after 3.
Yeah, Fontenot was really testing Litzenberger on the mound at that first base side and finally got him to step off in an awkward way, cause the balk, and then he steals on the next pitch, rattling Litzenberg right now.
That one's outside.
81-mile-per-hour slider missing outside of the strike zone. Litzenberger trying to disallow yet another run, but when you have a guy like Ethan Beltran who just hit a home run earlier, this is a tough at-bat.
That one's line, taking a bounce. Shortstop corrals it, fires a strike to first for the second out, but coming in to score is Fontenot as the A's add another run to their lead. It's now 8-3.
Great defensive play there, actually, by the shortstop to really just, obviously get the run in, but the great play there by Marujo to turn around 360 degrees and throw to first to get the second out.
As that brings up Gilbert Cosio, who's 2 for 2 today with an RBI double and that was a pinch runner who stole second back in his second plate appearance. But here he is in the 5th with 2 outs and nobody on after that 6-3 fielder's choice off the bat of Ethan Beltran. So he's got 3 RBIs today. That one misses up and in for a ball. So a 2-1 count to the A's third baseman. That one misses away. It's now 3-1. The inning started with a fly out to right field that resulted in an error. Fontenot is able to get to third with less than 2 outs, which is why we saw a sac fly. That one's chopped right back up the middle. Takes a hop, but fielded cleanly by Marujo, who throws it down to first for the third out. But the A's are able to add another run as they get their 5-run lead back. It's 8-3 through 5 here at Palm Springs Stadium. We'll be back for the 6th on the PSCL YouTube channel.
Like a family setting, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's. Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Eight-3 ball game through 5 innings here at Palm Springs Stadium. The A's lead over the Rush. A's trying to stay undefeated on the year. The Rush trying to get their first win of the year. As we have a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, it's Michael Reyes out of Cerritos College. Hard-throwing right-hander comes in to relieve Brandon McCoa-Death, who went 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. with 1 strikeout. Walked 2 and hit 1 batter. But he is in line for the win. If the result can hold, A's are 6 outs away from remaining undefeated this summer. Derek Ball, the extra hitter, turned into the second baseman, is at the plate. He's behind 0-2. That one gets past LaBelle behind the dish for a ball.
Like an upstairs fastball that kind of just misses right there.
As the 5-run lead for the A's can be pointed out by that 5-run third inning. Putting up a crooked number early in the ball game and haven't looked back since.
Just missed it a tad bit on the outside edge of the strike zone on that pitch right there.
Here's the windup and the 2-2 delivery. Strike 3, caught looking, is Ball as he walks back to the dugout for the first out. Reyes comes in and gets his first punch out.
Absolutely dotted at 83 miles an hour on the outside edge of the strike zone. Good stuff.
So Ball goes down looking. That'll bring up Aiden Litzenberger. Watches Ball 1 high. Litzenberger singled in the second, had a couple of stolen bases, but he was stranded at third. Then he was hit by a pitch in the fourth, made it all the way to third, and was stranded there once again.
Yeah, Michael Reyes has a 1.12 ERA this year. 1.12, sorry, ERA with 6 hits given up, but he hasn't given up a whole lot of runs.
That one catches the outer half. Litzenberger having a word with the home plate umpire, disagreeing with the call. Regardless, it's a 2-1 count.
Might have an argument there because it was a little bit off the strike zone that time. But close call there for the umpire.
Here's the 2-1. That ball is up. Count goes to 3-1 with the first baseman, Jose Diaz, on deck. Righty through the windup, kicks and fires, misses up and away for ball 4. So it's a 1-out walk to the rush second baseman as they have a man on for Jose Diaz. Pinch runner coming in. And it's going to be Kretzer coming into pinch run for Aiden Litzenberger over there at first.
Second time he's pitch run for Litzenberger at first base again.
So he's at first with 1 away. Rush still trail 8-3. First pitch swinging is Diaz, and he rolls it over towards his dugout for strike 1, taking a trip around the plate. That must have caught a piece of his shin, leg, something in the lower body.
Kind of shaking that right leg right now. I think it got him on that right shin as he fouled it off.
You see that a lot with left-handed hitters being out in front of a pitch from a righty and just smacking it right into their shin or the top of their ankle or foot. A lot of damage to be done in that part of the body when a baseball is on the other end of it. That one's lined well. Dug out by the first baseman. He fires a strike to second to get the lead runner, but Diaz makes it to first. It's going to be a 3-6 fielder's choice for the second out.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that play right there. Good job by Braga there at first base. He could have just stepped on first if he wanted to, but he wanted the lead runner and throws it to Hill at second base to get the lead guy. Good awareness.
So Kretzer is out on the bases after being thrown out as the lead runner going to second. So Jose Diaz is at first. And Kyler Bachman up to the plate. He had an RBI single back in the fourth. He's down 0-1 to Michael Reyes, who fires in strike 2 on the outer half. He's ahead 0-2.
Another good paint. Outside edge. Bottom corner, strike zone, 80 miles an hour.
Got plenty to work with here. 0-2 count with 2 outs and a 5-run lead. Kicks and fires. He goes in, and that one plunked him on the dome. Hopefully he's all right, as that one hit him square in the head. And he's going to get a pinch runner immediately. Hopefully Kyler Bachman is all right, as he just walks straight to the dugout.
I mean, this is, where safety is such a big thing, and the reason why we wear these types of helmets for baseball players, especially in the batter's box. And that squared him right on top of the dome, like you said, and took the whole force of that pitch there. So, another pinch runner here for the Rush.
So Bachman is hit by the pitch. And he's going to be pinch ran for, as he is attended to by the trainers. Hopefully he is all right. Pinch hitter for the for the Rush is number 8, Riki Kubota. TJ Wilson's the pinch runner over there at first. Big hack from Kubota. Comes up empty for strike 1. 0-1 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. That one's pieced out into right center field. Moving up on it is Fontenot, who comes up with the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Rush put a couple of guys on to threaten to cut into this 5-run deficit, but come up empty as we head into the bottom of the 6th. A's still lead 8-3. I'll be right back as you listen to the PSCL YouTube channel.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City, facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too.
Bottom 6, A's lead by 5, 8-3 to be exact. And R.L. Chandler is stepping up to the plate. He's going to go up against Aiden Litzenberger, who's out there for his 3rd inning of work. Trying to get a quick 3 outs to let his bats go back and try to cut into this 5-run deficit. Big swing and a miss from Chandler for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Hits that one nicely to short. Takes a low hop and gets through the shortstop, Marujo. That's going to be a leadoff single for Chandler.
Good piece of hitting there by Chandler. Able to hit it towards the shortstop side, and 78 miles per hour off the bat. A little roller, just got under the glove of Marujo there at shortstop. And also another tough play that he was trying to make there, though.
Yeah, he was sitting back waiting for that ball to bounce up, and it just stayed below his glove. Not a whole lot he could have done about that. Half-hearted swing from Cade Hill, the second baseman for the A's, in his third plate appearance. He's got a strikeout, a hit by pitch, a stolen base, and a run scored. Got a guy on first with nobody out, trying to add to their 5-run lead as the A's are up 8-3 over the Rush.
That's the first hit that Litzenberger's given up, actually, in 3 innings.
Yeah, he had allowed 2 runs. One of them was unearned. But none of them were off of base hits. So 2 runs on no hits in the 5th and 6th inning. Excuse me, 4th and 5th inning.
Yeah, much of the runners that come off of walks, hit by pitches, 1 error, and no hits until now. So not bad for Litzenberger on the mound.
Leaves that one inside for a ball. 2-1 count. Or excuse me, 1-2 count to Cade Hill. Chandler over there at first. That one squirts away from Kubota, who's back there catching now. And running on down to second to advance 90 feet is Chandler. He's now in scoring position. Moves up on the wild pitch from Litzenberger. Counts now 2-2. To the 10-hole hitter for the A's. As he watches strike 3, down he goes looking for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Very good pitch, 69 miles per hour. Dotted changeup down low.
So the lineup flips over for the A's. And that'll bring up Derek Thompson Jr., who's 0 for 3 today. But he's got a guy on second with 1 out. Big gap on the left side of the field. And he ropes it to right field. That's going to be over the head of Litzenberger. Thompson's rounding second. He's thinking third. Chandler is going to score. And the A's add another run. It's now 9-3, courtesy of a stand-up triple from Derek Thompson Jr.
Yeah, we were waiting for something that big from Derek Thompson Jr. as he lays one out in right field. That was 88 miles per hour off the bat as he sent it there 19 degrees off the bat and got a fastball down the middle at 79 miles per hour. And that was a great hit there by Derek Thompson Jr. That's his second triple of the season.
Just an extra base hit machine at the top of the A's lineup. So now he's at third with 1 out. 9-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Braden McClin is up to bat. That one's rolled over towards third. Nice scoop from the third baseman. Even better scoop at first, but it's not in time as it does squirt away. 1 run comes across to score. And it's now a 10-3 ball game. It was a tough play over there at third. I believe that's TJ Wilson out there. So now a runner at first with 1 out, 10-3 ball game. That one's line foul. That looked like it was going to go down the line, just staying on the left side of that third base bag. So it's an 0-1 count to the A's center fielder. Or excuse me, it's Braga now, the first baseman. That one gets away, and now McClin's going to move on down to second base.
I think the way that McClin hit that to the third baseman, that was a tough hopper anyways for him to make a play there. And even before he could make that play, it was already McClin was already down that first base line to get in there at first base.
Yeah, he might have been able to beat it out. He's got good speed, but the throw was errant. That one's swung on and driven out to left field. And that ball is way out of here. Off the bat of Braden Braga, and the left fielder just didn't even put in an effort. He just watched that one go way over the wall. It's now a 12-3 ball game.
That was a huge hit, 92 miles per hour off the bat there. So we've seen 2 home runs today, one from Ethan Beltran and one from Braden Braga. 2-run home runs, both of them.
A 2-run home run here in the 7th, and a 2-run home run for Ethan Beltran back in the 3rd. Those account for 4 of the 12 runs that the A's have scored today. A 5-run 3rd and now a 4-run 6th.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely demolished. 376 feet over the left field wall over there, and that's the second time that ball has gone over there.
As that one, a ball, 1-1 count with 1 out. Logan LaBelle, the catcher, at the plate. That one's high for a ball. I would like to see the projected distance traveled on that ball off the bat of Braga. As that's ball 3, 3-1 count.
Yeah, 376 projected.
376.
Probably got out of there at like 382 with the way that the heat lets that ball travel out here.
That's ball 4 high as Lobel goes down to first with a 1-out walk.
Yeah, he's put this game pretty much out of reach now. The entire A's team has done so. 2 home runs in this game, a lot of extra base hits. We started off with a single in this inning with Arnold Chandler, and then that triple from Derek Thompson, and then a home run. We've almost gone through the cycle with this lineup in just this half inning.
Pinch runner over at first is Jackson Call for the A's, as Jeffrey Fontenot is up to bat for his 4th appearance. Singled in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, and then reached on an error in the 5th. That one's in there for a strike. One and 1 count with 1 out. Litzenberger still on the mound for the Rush. As he fires a ball low and away. 2-1 count to the A's right fielder, who has scored 2 runs today. A lot of guys have came around to score twice in this A's lineup. McClin, Braga, Fontenot, Kakuta, all of them with 4 runs. That one's flared up the middle for a base hit. Fontenot with his 2nd base hit of the afternoon. And it looks like they are going to roll the inning over as we will head into the final half inning between the A's and the Rush. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the conclusion of this game. It's currently 12-3 here at Palm Springs Stadium. You've been listening to the PSCL YouTube channel. We'll be right back. Last chance for the Rush to crawl back into this ball game. The lead has grown to an 11-run lead for the A's after that 6-run sixth. 14-3 is the score. R.L. Chandler is on the bump for the A's to get the final 3 outs, as he's going to do so against Cade Litzenberger. That's a strike. 1-1 count to start off this 7th inning.
It's the very beginning again. That's the second big inning for the A's offensively.
Out one's flared and foul just to the right of the press box here at Palm Springs Stadium. 1-2 to the Rush right fielder.
This is R.L. Chandler's second appearance on pitching this year. 17 batters faced, 4 earned runs though, but with 4 strikeouts.
That one's flared out into right field and landing in the dirt, actually bouncing off of the bullpen mound down there, down the right field line. So it stays at a 1-2 count. Litzenberger today, a fly out to left and a strikeout looking. Trying to keep his team with a chance to crawl back into this game little by little, punch by punch. That one's just outside for a ball, 2-2.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot of help this inning if they want to get back in this thing. But they have a lot of runs they got to catch up to, which is, a total of 11. That's not easy to do.
That one misses. And it's a full count now to start off this 7th inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Low and away, ball 4. Litzenberger trots on down to first with a leadoff walk.
This has been a fun treat, this game. I mean, I've seen 2 home runs, and let alone how difficult it is to even hit a home run in this ballpark over that 350-foot wall, 2 of them for the A's. We saw one last night, so that's 3 home runs this weekend that both you and I have seen together.
Absolutely. Putting the power in the Power Summer Collegiate League.
Oh, yeah.
On this Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you dads listening out there.
Yeah, I think we need to be on more broadcasts.
Might be. That one is rolled over to first base. Throw down to second to get the lead runner. Throw not in time at first, so they get 1 out. And the A's are now 2 outs away from improving to 5-0.
A fielder's choice there.
Oh, it looks like the umps are going to get together and have a conversation.
Was it that close at that play to make it a double play? It's like a 3-4-3 double play, which would be nuts.
Yeah, don't see those too often. When you do, it's going to have to be a pretty bang-bang play. Maybe they were talking about obstruction at second base, as there was no slide from Litzenberger as he went into second base, just ran into it standing. But he didn't really impede the middle infield of the A's. So they get the lead runner. Minnick is at first with 1 out. And rolling this over to second base is Scott. They get the lead runner out at second. Once again, there's no slide from the runners. Almost a very similar play. This time it was hit to the second baseman rather than the first baseman.
That's 2 fielders' choices now. 1, 3, 4, and now second baseman to the shortstop. They tried the double play again, but they just weren't able to turn it in time. Both runners at both times were able to make it in there safely.
That brings up Lubby Marujo. The Rush shortstop, who singled and scored in the first. He since then has flied out and reached on an error.
The Lumberjacks finished over at the turf field 15-2 over the Chill.
Wow. Lumberjacks continuing to keep the bats hot. That one misses up and in for a ball. Power hitting coach Sam DiMatteo, the coach over there for the Lumberjacks. No surprise to see them put up crooked offensive numbers. Chandler sets and fires the 1-1 pitch. That one's hit hard to third base. Throwing a long strike and unable to scoop it at first is Braga, as the Rush are guaranteed at least one more at bat as this game still goes. That's going to bring up Billy Sakumis. Looks like that's going to be ruled an E3. Here's the pitch from Chandler inside for a ball. So 2 runners on here in the 7th. Last chance for the Rush to have a say in this ball game. 14-3 is the score. A's lead here in the 7th. Chandler kicks and fires. Misses up. So Sukumis is ahead 2-0.
Yeah, they barely missed the top part of the strike zone, 81 miles per hour, too.
That one's up as well, so the count runs to 3-0. Chandler's struggling to find the command to get the A's through this ball game.
And Braga had it at first base on that last play and just popped out of the glove. Another good throw by Casio from the third base position.
The 3-0 is in there. Right on the edge of the strike zone to the right-handed designated hitter, Billy Sakumis, for the Rush. He's got an RBI double, a walk, and a run scored today. That one's in there as well. So it's a full count, 2 outs. First and second for Sakumis, trying to keep his team alive. Derek Ball is on deck. We'll see if he gets a chance. That one swung on and fouled off as the runners were on the move.
The last pitch before the one that just got fouled off was dotted on the outside edge of the strike zone. He tries to do it again here with a 79-mile-per-hour fastball upstairs in the top right corner. And it's just fouled off there by Sakumis, trying to keep this game alive.
Runners go again. That one's lined out to center field. Initially moving back, then coming up to make the grab is McClin. That's the ball game. A's win over the Rush 14-3. And what was really a game of 2 crooked innings, the 5-run third and the 6th-run 6th, was the difference of this ball game as the A's win by 11 and stay undefeated on the season.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty close game at the very beginning in the way that things were going. You know, run scored for the Rush in the first inning, and then the A's respond in the bottom of the second with a run of their own, and then they just never looked back. They kept hitting after hit, multiple extra base hits, 2 home runs, let alone in this game, for both Beltran and Braga, both on that left field side. The first one at 351 feet over the wall, and then the second one 376 over the wall, both of them with a 90-plus exit velocity. A big day for the A's, pitching-wise and offensive-wise.
Yeah, they had 2 home runs on the season already. They add 2 more today. That's now 4 on the season in the first week for the A's. As, like I said, they stay undefeated with a 14-3 victory over the Chill. 14 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors for the A's. For the Rush, it was 3 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors. Tomorrow, we got 4 more games of baseball here at Palm Springs Stadium. The 2 on the turf field are going to be the Haymakers and the Bombers at 8:30 a.m. The A's will take on the Bootleggers over there at 11. And right here at Palm Springs Stadium at 9 a.m., we'll have the Chill take on the Blue Sox, followed by the Grizzly and the Colonials at 11:30 tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast. I'm Zach Durham. I've been joined by Justin Lee for another edition of PSCL Baseball. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast, and we'll see you soon.
Happy Father's